Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on how I do my gel nails at home. I, for one, personally love doing my own stuff. A, I save money, and B, I save time. Not to mention, there's this little piece of satisfaction that you get every time you kind of do something a little creative on yourself and it turns out great. I will definitely list all of the products that I use as well as some suggestions in case you don't want to buy everything piece by piece, but you'd rather purchase a kit or something of that sort. Keep in mind, you do not need to use what I am using, and I am not a professional. There may be some things I do that may make you cringe, and you know what? That's just the trick of the trade. This is how I do it, and feel free to kind of tweak these methods as you wish. All right, if you're interested, you know what to do, boo. Just keep watching. You're going to want to start off with clean, bare nails with absolutely no polish on them. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my Super Nail Professional Electric Nail File. I am going to be using the sandpaper bit. You can find this beast at Sally's Beauty Supply. If you do not have this little gadget, no worries. A regular 100 grit Emery board will work just fine. With your Emery board or bit, you're just going to go ahead and run this over the surface of your nail, ridding any, old nail polish or gel polish that you may have. This step is extremely crucial and very important to the adhesion of the gel polish. Not to mention, it also is going to rid any, dead cuticle skin or anything like that that you may have that can actually cause lifting of the gel polish. Be really careful, ladies and gentlemen, when you are going around your cuticles. I cannot tell you how many times, especially with an electric file, that I have nicked myself, and trust me, it hurts like hell. Next, we are going to talk shaping our nails. So for me, I personally like to make my nails square like a bear. I'm going to grab my Emery board and I'm just going to run that beast up and down the sides of my nail just to kind of throw away any of that nasty old dead skin, get anything out of those nooks and crannies. And then I like to run it down the bottom of the nail just to create a nice square shape. I totally recommend kind of rounding out your edges just a little bit so you don't end up daggering somebody's eyeballs out. Okay, thanks. Now go ahead and grab yourself any old buffer block. The key here is to remove any excess shine. This guy is pretty easy. All you really need to do is just run it on top of your nails, give it a little swirly swirl swirl, just kind of go with the motion of the ocean. There's really no technique with this. Just keep on going until your nails are still kind of a little bit rough and rugged, but the grooves aren't as deep. Especially if you've had acrylic nails before and you've ripped those beasts off. You want just a little bit of grittiness to your nails, but not a ton. Okay, I bet you guys are wondering, is this the gel nail tutorial, or is this how many torture devices Jen can show in one video sort of thing? This next beast here is a Cuticle Pusher, and I don't know what the other part is. If you don't have this, you could definitely use a regular old orange stick with a slope. Since cuticles can seriously kill your nail game, I take extra precautions and steps to make sure those puppies are pushed back and obliterated, or obliterated, whatever. Moving on. So what I like to do with the scoopy side here is just kind of push those bad boys back if there's any left. And with the sharper side, I like just to kind of clean up the area a little bit and just remove any of that dead skin. Delicious. Before we start applying any gel to our nails, we're going to need to remove any excess oil that still may be left by applying a pH bond, which is just a fancy name for a nail dehydrator. I totally recommend the Gel Polish Kit by Gelish. It comes with the pH bond, the base and top coat gel polish, as well as a nail nourishing oil. Let's go ahead and move on to the fun part now, shall we? You're going to need to grab a gel base coat or a Coochie de base. That's what it says. Just look at the bottle. It's actually just a regular clear gel base polish that is extremely crucial to the wear of your polish. It is like the glue to your manicure. You cannot skip this step. I personally like to apply a total of 2 base coat gel layers. Keep in mind that in between each gel layer that you apply, you need to let it cure for the recommended amount of time. Otherwise, you're going to get rippling or it's not going to set properly. And when you are applying this gel polish, apply it like you normally would apply any polish. Also, don't forget to seal the tips of your nails and also apply it very thinly. You do not want this to get under your skin because A, it's going to hurt, and B, it can cause lifting later on. So now that we are done applying our gel base coat, we are going to cure it in a UV lamp for 2 minutes. Because gel polish never dries, this step is 120% necessary. If you are going to do more than 1 layer, you're going to need to repeat this step each time. And there are 2 different types of lamps to cure gel polish on the market. There's LED and UV. This is a 36 watt UV lamp that I purchased for around $70 or so at Sally's, and it has a 2 and 3 minute timer. And I can also use this on my toe if I wanted to do a gel polish mani on them. There are LED polish kits on the market, I think for about $60 or so, and they come with just about everything under the sun that you would need to do a complete mani at home. The big difference between LED and UV is that LED is quicker. However, lamps are a little bit more expensive, and I feel like they are a little more temperamental than a UV lamp. UV lamps, however, take a little bit longer. However, they are cheaper, but they also use UV rays. Some gel polishes are LED or UV only, and some, like my base coat here, are both. You can use them with any lamp. Moving on to color, I am using this beautiful kind of corally fluorescent pinky shade by Gelish. It is called Rocking the Reef. We are going to apply this bad boy to our pinky, middle, index, and thumb fingers, for I'm going to show you guys how to take, traditional craft or cosmetic grade glitter and transforming it into a accent for your nails by using just the base and top coat. Gel polishes, it's pretty simple. Again, when you're applying this polish, especially more opaque colors like black or something dark, you're definitely going to need a higher curing time, and it's very crucial that you apply it in small, thin layers and curing in between. Remember, you've got to cure in between and apply it very thinly. Once you have applied all of your gel layers and reached the desired opacity and let it cure for the appropriate amount of time, we are going to go ahead and put on a top coat to the nails that we have only applied the color to. Once you are done with that, you are going to go ahead and stick your hands back into the UV lamp, and this time I recommend letting it cure for a total of 3 minutes. I almost forgot to mention, each time you apply a layer of gel, no matter what kind of gel it is, make sure that you also enclose your tips. Next, I'm going to be showing you guys how to create gorgeous glittery accent nails. You can apply the glitter just to 1 finger or all of your fingers. You can even apply the glitter to your gel color coat right before you top it off with your top coat. I feel like this is so much more easier than using a gel glitter polish. The color is a lot more pigmented, it's much more opaque, and not to mention it's bits cheaper. Still only having just the base coat on my ring finger, I'm actually going to take my other ring finger, give it a little licky-loo or just make it damp, and using the pad of that finger, I'm just going to gently tap it into the glitter and pat it all over my nail there. Your surface should be pretty tacky, so adhering it should be a breeze. Just apply as much glitter as you feel like you need to get a nice, even coated surface. If you feel like you need to do this in layers, all that you do is top it off, let it cure for 2 minutes, and then repeat this step as necessary. Once you've packed that glitter onto your nail or nails, you're going to need to seal in the deal with a top coat. I am actually using this junky old Gelish top coat that I got from, I believe, or maybe a base coat. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Top or base, it's whatever you want to use. But it's from the kit I was talking about earlier. And I'm actually going to apply this before I apply my good top coat because I do not want sparkles in the top coat that I use on like normal, ordinary, non-glittery manis. So once it's applied, go ahead and cure it, and then we can move on to the final top coat. Once you have allowed that to cure for 2 minutes, you're gonna go ahead and grab your good gel top coat, the one that you don't want to get glitter in, and we're just gonna apply one more layer of this and let it cure for 3 minutes. The reason why I do it and why I deem it as necessary is because some of the glitter can kind of be peeking through a little bit, and it'll make your nails really really rough. I personally like a smooth surface. The final step to complete your at-home gel mani is to remove that tacky surface layer. What you're going to need is some regular old nail polish remover. Make sure it is not acetone based. Although, you know, gel is resistant to nail polish remover, it's actually going to get eaten up by the acetone. So just make sure, double check that you got the right stuff. I can't tell you how many times I've screwed that up. It is crazy. And then go ahead and just kind of apply some to either a cotton, like a flat cotton pad or something of that sort. You're not going to want to use a cotton swab in this case, and just run it over your nails until you feel that they are nice and smooth and shiny and no longer sticky. The cool thing that I love about gel nails is that the second you cure them in a UV light, they are good to go. You don't have to worry about them drying, so don't feel like you're going to mess up your nails by doing this step. To restore the moisture in my cuticles, I'm actually going to go ahead and apply some Gelish Nourish Cuticle Oil and just rub it in and make my babies all nice and soft again. Now your at-home gel manicure should be complete. Depending on if you applied it correctly or not, you should be enjoying this manicure for anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks or even more. Sometimes mine can last a month if I applied it correctly and I'm not too rough on my hands. The cool thing that I didn't mention earlier about gel polish, if you didn't already know, the color doesn't fade, the shine never dulls, they don't crack or chip or any of that mess as long as you've done it correctly. And obviously the results will differentiate to each person. For me, I feel like it's an investment, a worthwhile investment. My hard work pays off, I can enjoy my nails for longer, and they dry instantaneously. It's just a win-win for all. Not to mention you're totally avoiding those pesky nail salon costs and fees, so eventually it pays for itself. I will have all the links to everything that I used, or just all the information and all that stuff, even some tips for beginners or people who are just starting to do their own nails at home, or even just some products I recommend for existing gel manicurists at home sort of deal, if that did not make sense. Okay, but anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you all think in the comments down below, and I will see you all in my very next video. Bye, guys.